Greetings, folks. This is DC Investing. I talk about topics that help people on their path to financial independence. And today's kind of a fun one. I watched a finance podcast, and the term that got brought up was an interesting one. The guy had to look it up to see what it meant. Um, but it's in our society now occurring because more and more people live in this particular manner. And so I thought I'd discuss this and kind of talk about the possible ramifications of this. And the term was DINKWAD, DINKWAD, and this was a description that a couple used to describe themselves. They said we're a DINKWAD couple, and the finance guy he was kind of analyzing their lifestyle and what was going on and comparing them to some other folks, and he was like, I don't even know what a DINKWAD couple is, and he had to look it up. And he's like, oh, that's really interesting. That's funny. So, what it stands for, if you look it up, is dual income, no kids with a dog. So that's what DINKWAD is: dual income, no kids with a dog. And I think it's getting traction now because that describes more and more couples these days. Is I guess in order to survive, they both are working or they both have to work. Um, they're a couple. They're not committing to children, um, but they do have a pet, and that I don't know if that fulfills some emotional need they have or whatever. Um, but I do think that's probably more and more couples out there, and you kind of have to think about what does that mean for our society, for the long-term society, and then what does that mean for finances. So dual income, if they are trying to save to I guess buy a house and start a family, then that's one aspect. A dual income, there's folks now that who you have to have a dual income if you choose to live within a city or a high cost area. Part of it's a choice, but you have to have two incomes to live, um, or at least live in the way that you think you should with all the fancy things that you want. So there's the dual income. Now, kind of been thinking, dual income is not optimized for taxes nor long-term savings types of goals. And if you think about it, these guys are both paying into the Social Security system, and they if we had a single income married, over the long term, when you withdraw Social Security, you actually get more than two people that work their whole life, because you get the spousal benefits. And so if it was just let's say a working husband all the life in a decent job, when you retire, you not only get his Social Security as a couple, but you also get half of his for her, in retirement. Whereas if you're a dual income person, you've had to both pay into the Social Security system all your lives, and then let's assume you make equal amounts. You both withdraw your own Social Security. And granted, they may be higher over the lifetime from both of them, but when somebody dies, you either have to take one of those or the other. You can't have both of them. And so you basically end up paying more for Social Security over your life. The dual income will also put you in higher tax brackets. And I think this couple that they were both, professionals. They both earned, six-figure salaries. And so together they were had a pretty high income, which means they're paying really high taxes. So that dual income is great for the government, because that means more of your paycheck goes to fund the government activities than anything else. And so, that's probably why, the government wants you to have dual income, because they make more in taxes off dual income families than they do off single income families. So then the last thought is this long-term thing where people aren't having kids. It's kind of a sad existence for our society, is that we're not replacing ourselves, and eventually that's what causes civilizations to crash. Um, so this mantra, we're not replacing ourselves as Americans here in our country, and thus it's causing problems, or will cause problems over time. And I know the Democrats say that that's the solution, is just to immigrate more and more people to America, but I don't know that that's, maybe long term that might work out, but short term, most of the folks that have immigrated, particularly the illegal immigrants, um, have a lower education level, lower skill level than those in America. And some of them are willing to work hard, and kudos to those folks. But a lot of them, require government assistance for decades in order to just kind of exist here. So that's kind of a drag on our society. And if you have more and more unskilled folks, it taxes your economy overall. So I don't know. Long term, I know the baby boomers are going to kind of die off in the next little while. The oldest of the baby boomers are 80 right now, and there's more and more dinkwad couples. There's just going to be fewer and fewer children to kind of replace them. And so, from a long term perspective, you got to think about what does that mean for our country, and is there a place that you need to move to within the world that has a better I guess situation. But just as a kind of a comedy sort of thing, the reality is there's more dinkwad couples out there, and that changes things from a financial perspective. And so we just have to be aware and think about what does that mean for our finances. So just a thought for the day. Cheers. We'll see you. Bye.